day, another struggle bus on the way to mini motorways. Let's see what we got as a challenge here. Unlimited roundabouts, lovely. And only 5 motorways. All destinations are circles, so we're real busy. So we want a motorway, or we want a roundabout and motorway like crazy. And I'm actually going to set up very early a bit of a spaghetti junction coming off a main roundabout. So this will be the main roundabout, and everything else will be coming off of it, regardless where it goes. Can't place one there, so I'm going to want to move that one. Okay. Am I really going to get stuck like this? There's a good possibility. That is true. But then the question is, how should I manage it? How should I separate everything off? I want to set aside the area though quick. Alright, so if we go for one as far that way as we can, and we'll call this the bottom section of it, because we want to have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, like a pentagon coming off the main section. For now, we will start like so. So next roundabout wants to go there. I know we could direct route it and it would save room and save time or whatever, but I'm preparing for the future. We want to be future-proof way ahead of time. Not that I have any idea if this will work, but I'm going to try it regardless. Okay, we might be able to get in the next one now. So we want it like so. Fine, that'll do for its connection. And that'll do for that connection. Can I do the right hand side yet? We're not going to be able to do the right hand side exactly. Bridge, ready for when that happens. It's going to be close to one or the other, so fine, we'll go like that. That one, if we're going to move it closer, that's as close as it can be apparently. Okay. So what we're going to have them do, these outside ones are going to come from wherever they're coming from, they're going to connect to the inside and then spiral out. Not there, but there, and just, come on. There we go. Do you know what, I think this is a terrible idea the more I think about it. Yeah, this is probably a really bad idea. I like the concept of having, what is it, 6 motorways on the outside, 6 roundabouts on the outside, 1 on the inside. But the more I think about it, the less it's kind of a realistic option. And we only get 1 attempt at this daily challenge, so we're just going to go for efficiency over a cool concept. Yeah, okay, efficiency over a cool concept. That's unfortunately how this is going to go. get you connected pretty quick. Okay, so if I'm going to separate off these, we can do so like so. And pinks are going to have to connect there, there, and connect here. Is this going to be where a roundabout is useful? Doesn't seem too bad right now. But I do have motorways. So maybe motorwaying in a group to here is more effective. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's get around 5, 4, and there's a 5th. That leaves 5 ready for that. And then we come out by 1 actually. Let's change the design a little. Now we throw on motorway number 1. So if I can get groups of 5s, I might be just going for motorways. Yes, we can get 5 here, so let's organise this into a single point motorway. Alright, so that's both of those under control. Now this, which has decided to spawn in a horrible location, is going to be annoying. That'll deal with that short term. We've got to wait for more light pinks to spawn so I can connect them up. And again, bad location until I can get to the edge there. Same with that one. There we go. 2 and 3, and we just hook these on there. That slowdown isn't so good. If you're going to give me a bunch of pinks way up here, we might motorway them again. Or we get lucky. This will just hold this just until the weekend, when we can get some more houses coming in. Again, this is a group of 5, I should really just motorway it in. But they're so spread out. And then that happens. Right. Well, you leave me no choice. You cruel, cruel game. What can I even do about this now? Just go like that for now. Well, that's perfect 5 for that. So I'll not worry about it. Good use of motorway, so to speak. Give me the bridges. Because eventually something will spawn over here just to spite me. We all know how much spite occurs in video games. Just what a place to stick a bloody orange. Do I have any roundabouts? I do have unlimited roundabouts, so let's manage this out from here. Right. just going to turn it into a single. Stop connecting up like that. Hook on there. This will come down diagonal, hook on there. This will come over here, hook on there. And then I have to get these into there, which the game has rather left me in a rough way to do so. Right, let's go. That pink there is part of this section, so we have to leave it attached. It's 3, that's 5, we have to leave that attached. I need another pink out here, and this is just about keeping up. Certainly won't work forever, and we're going to want to end up bringing at least make a little bit of room for more oranges to spawn. Give me the bridge. Oh, what a mess. This is becoming a problem, and that's its own problem. Oh, whatever. It's not my problem. Yep. This is going to become an issue very soon. We're going to have to steal this house. Not ideal. Then again, neither is this. It's really wonky, but whatever. At this point, we just want them connected. Bridge. Oh, fine. Connect like that. But somehow kept under control with 2. Look, a new one. Perfect. Connect you back to there. Fabulous, another orange in a horrible location. I can't even roundabout it because there's no real room in and out. Could go around the outside, I guess, if I've got room. Yeah, I do. Well, we might have to go for a T-junction. Actually, I should roundabout it. Then we don't need to remove this. We can just pop this up there, yeah. Hook that up there. And then these across here. I'm out of road tiles. Right, where can I save? Where can I save? Come on. Give me my road tiles before we lose. Oh god, you're costing me a hell of a lot. I do have 2 more motorways, which I'm kind of keeping my hands on. Out of road tiles. Give me that. I've got 1 bridge left, it'll be fine. If needs be, I can change that so it only uses 1 bridge. I suppose I could build a roundabout and run them all in. And of course, Pink's in a difficult location. If it wasn't in a difficult location, it wouldn't be many motorways. Oh, fabulous, even more painful. and this now, which I just do not have a way to deal with. I don't have any pinks I can bring over there, because every pink is in use. Have one, which I guess I could get really funky with it, start clearing out all this and redo it all as a connection to the roundabout. Right, okay, okay, okay. So the pinks come out here, blues go on here, come out here, and I've still got to get the pinks over, which I could short term run one into there. This doesn't do much in terms of keeping me alive, but you know, it's better than losing instantly. This, on the other hand, is quite useful. No, it's not, 'cause it's purple, not dark blue. And this dark blue and that light blue are all having problems. Everything's having problems because I didn't connect it back up. Terrible. So this needs dark blues, which are coming in. So you get added onto there, or you would if I could. It's pretty much the best I can do to hold any of this under control. This pink though, I just can't get anything there. Yeah, this is game over. Well, definitely a difficult daily. Oh, I've got motorways. I forgot I had the motorways. Oh, I could have solved this. Oh, god damn it. Right, because that going to here just means it separates out to the 3. That doesn't need to be connected at all. Neither do you. Oh, how annoying. And I just had another pink spawn there. It's too little too late, I'm sure. Yep. I forgot I had the motorways. Oh well, how did we do in terms of rank? 6,000th, not so good. Okay, Tokyo with 1212 I believe is the lowest score we've got. Yes, okay, Tokyo 1212, here we go. Alright, let's get a PV for this, so 1212. Just quickly put a note of that on the chat so I can see it. Lovely. Oh yeah, speed. Need that. She and I went on the road together and she tick tick tock. Okay, so pink can just go around the outside. We don't have to do anything funky for that at all, but we could line it up quite nicely. And that will keep that going for now. Alright, what we want to do is reduce, reuse and speed up every lane possible as we go along. Roundabout's nice, but on this map bridges are much handier because of the river. Okay, this blue. We're going to have more spawn or just the one? And it looks like it might just be the one. I'll give you till we get to 4 dots. Okay, family time dealt with. What on earth is this mess? The moment you look away, honestly, you kind of lose all focus where you were. Right. We have 6 connected for these two, just keeping it in balance. Could do with a motorway to separate off a group of them and pump them in directly. This will manage this just. Struggling a little bit on the pinks, but we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. But we're only 100 points short of PB, which I think we should get with relative ease. I could be completely wrong and we die in the next 5 seconds, but we should be okay. Do you have enough of a supply? Yes, you have enough of a supply. These purples are struggling a little. Understandable, but they need to be on separate systems. That shortens drive time. We just took that on there. Oh, look, another one. I could separate them off. Yeah, okay. We separate these two off on a nice little bridge up here. Disconnect that and connect that. That way we don't have to worry about the supply of this, it'll be fine. Oh look, PBs have well and truly gone over 100 above. And that junction doesn't slow down the traffic anymore, which is fabulous. Give me that motorway. Right. So we want to annihilate some of this spaghettification. Purple would be good to hear, because that just clears up a lot of room, and it's quicker to travel. Yeah, so we motorway this. It'll never run out of supply now. Motorway to here, so you're never a problem again. Traffic's a little bit iffy here, but got plenty of dark blues as if I needed them, but I don't. These pink fuchsia colours are going to be a problem long term though. And where are they going? They're going to here. That's a hell of a drive. Oof, and we get a purple out here, okay. Well, this game does like to make your life hard, that'll deal with that. Don't know what I'm going to do for this though. What day is it? Thursday. Well, you've got to last until the weekend, because I'm going to need another motorway. Because I don't have a single purple built outside here. And I don't even have a route beneath to bring them in. Come on, don't die yet. Right, let's quickly switch. Nope. Just so they get a quick supply. And don't kill us, then we switch it back. Okay, this isn't great, but we're going to have to work with what we got. We can't bridge beneath it, which is very unfortunate. We could bring this down, possibly connect a few more onto here, and see if that holds. That's really wonky, but we're going to have to try it. Down and across. Right, quick pump your supply in. That's as long as I can wait, because that's already flicking over. And we're having build up some problems here for sure. This definitely needs to be altered. We don't want them interfering with each other. We've got 2 light pinks here, which are no good because any light pink buildings are miles away. Which this could be close to our death throws. That needs to connect now. That needs to connect now. Oh no. Hold. Cars, go, 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 go. I think we're going to just about survive that. Yes, we are. Right, this junction is horrible. How can we improve it? The answer is a motorway. Well, no, we do have a motorway. We can motorway to here, but then we're going to have light pinks to deal with it. Light blue. Don't need light blue. I need purples in here. Hey, 2,000 mark past. Give me that goddamn motorway. Alright. We need to organise this into a livable situation. I see a route, but it's going to be a long route. But I think at this point it's take it or die. Because I've got a bunch of purples up there, but they're no good to anyone. Well, I could separate these purples off, motorway them in. That'll deal with this. That can be kept on its own loop again. Yeah, I see. Right, what are you doing? I wanted to bridge. Well, look, just for sanity's sake, let's disconnect those. Alright, so if we get these purples back on their own route, I go diagonal, and then you go up. We'll worry about you later if we need to. So if I was to motorway these purples directly, and that's such a long way, this is going to kill us sooner than I think the purples are. What could I do to help this? I could jump straight in. Have I got any room above? I do have room above to bring these over as a separate unit, which I feel is probably a good idea. Because even just having less coming through this roundabout should help massively. Try that. This purple's still the nightmare though. Right, which leaves me with the motorway, which I feel like we have to use right away. If I take 3 and 3, will 3 get back and forwards to there quick enough? Because I could always bring this off, bring it over, down, directly roundabout over to here, and then take this away, that away, and hopefully that will speed the journey up and there will only be a few cars on the road. This is not good. Oh look, they're turning up, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get me out of it. Oh my god. By the skin of my teeth. These are becoming a problem. Demand is higher than supply. This has just upgraded, making it even worse. Oh man, okay. Bring that purple on. I'm going to have to ensure. Yeah, you still have 4 for now. What's ticking? Pink. What do I have? I don't. It's Friday. Oh, dearie, dearie me. That pink's going to kill me because I can't get enough through that roundabout. Shame. Still PB by quite a distance. Where does that bring us to on the world rankings for that one? 24-17, okay. These have got to be hacks, for sure. There is no way. Like 1,000,001, how specific do you want to be? Just can't be. It's lies and deceit. Okay, so we got Munich, 1328, I think that's the lowest. Yep, Munich, here we come. I'll just make a quick note again in the chat. So, Munich. That's what we're for. Okay. Where's the second house going to come? On the same side of the river. Do we start off with bridges? We do. What's going to be the way we want to align these? Diagonal. And hop it across and on. Ding ding dong, ding ding dong. Okay, blue. Well, you're gonna go around the back. Okay, so for this one, we're going to aim to keep separate systems, and obviously for the PB, so separate systems, all colours in their own systems, because once you hit roundabouts they tend to overload when you get a bit further into the game, so they're not viable long term. Short term great, long term no. Okay. Come on, hurry up and spawn the next few things in here. Right, this is actually a prime candidate for a roundabout. And I just said I didn't want a roundabout. I mean, future-proof it, why not? Sure. And sure. Alright. Holding tons of this. So what's the score again? 1328 I need to beat. Oh, would you look at that? Right. Now, do I either round about the houses together so the cars are all going the same way when they come off? Or do I split off the exits? I'm not going to be able to fit it in there to actually make it right, so we're going to do it off the exits. That'll do the trick. Although I feel like moving this to there will be beneficial, so they don't end up stacking too closely together when one comes in or one goes out. That's not so good. I could reroute the blue around the back if we've got room. We do have room, so sure, let's completely replan my system, because the game likes to give you very difficult choices. Should really wait for the next purple to spawn, but I just want to be ahead of the curve. That's perfect, that's perfectly fine. I'll bring you in like that, nice Y junction. Let's rotate this one for now, because that's way out of town, no use to anyone. And plus, being that close, it will work up until the point where it upgrades, which is very, very useful. And this system seems to hold no issues for this group, which is lovely. Lovely jubbly. I think at this juncture we'll probably take a bridge though. Oh, we already had tons. Should have gone for the roundabout. Oh well, you live and learn. Okay. No bridge, just connect. That's an absolute mess. Anyway, I connect it, it's a mess. It's fine. Actually, I could separate off a chunk, bring them on their own route. Yeah. Alright. That seems like a good decision to me, he says before he dies. So it's upgraded, so really you want 5 or 6, which we can manage like so. Bring it up by 1, across. Will that connect to the roundabout? It will. But I don't really need it to. I could actually remove the roundabout entirely and go like so. That is a better option, and that actually doesn't make this connection so horrific. Oh, lovely and easy. Light blue upgraded, so I do need to work out getting more supply to this, which likely will be a motorway from here to there, because that's not useful to no one. I could just get it set up like so, but I guarantee you another blue will spawn down here. I won't be able to connect it anyway. I don't need either, but sure, we'll give this a roundabout. So a roundabout is not a bad idea, but we can connect all of these like so and like so. This T-junction is not so good, but they do only go in this way and then out along here, so there shouldn't be too much crossover. This needs more supply very desperately. Just last me until Monday, because when Monday comes we can deal with that. Alright, where's the other pink house going to go? There. And that. I mean, it's holding just, but that is really non-ideal. And motorwaying either this, so I can bridge it. Oh no, I'd have to motorway both. Alright, let's see what we get before I decide. Well, that was what I wanted. 3 is not a long-term solution to this, but 4 will work for quite some time. So let's hook you in, and then we just disconnect this one, which we then reconnect to here. It's got a supply of 4, that will keep way under control for quite some time. Actually, it's such a short distance, I don't think that would receive any calls from that location anyway. I mean, this is okay. It's a mess, but it's okay. And that's a mess. Oh, where's the second pink there? Okay. And a third. Question is, what's going to upgrade first? Doesn't matter. That's obviously another good candidate for a motorway as well, that pink. I'm just concerned what's going to spawn in the bottom piece of that double block. If it's blue, light blue, no worries. If it's grey, okay. If it's orange, that's a big pain. If it's purple, that's a concern. But another motorway is golden. Motorways are golden. From there to there. So that means all of this road is now access. That will keep that dealt with for many, many weeks to come. Maybe 3. Maybe 3. Maybe not that long. So this orange is technically closer, so I'm very tempted to just hook it on, because it reduces the distance from here and therefore the traffic and so on and so forth. But this is going to have to connect to here too, unless at some point a pink spawns over here, but it doesn't look likely seeing as the last 2 just came here. Let's make that 3 came here. Please be light blue. Got 4. I mean, we should really have like 6. This is not so good. Alright, well. Bring it down by 1. You're going to there, okay? That gives enough supply for both of those. What else do we have? Roundabouts. Could build a roundabout, connect a bunch of them to the roundabout, and then have them coming off down this way. I do have a spare bridge and plenty of road, so let's get on that. Let's get on that as a priority. So one house. I want maybe 2 houses per connection, which makes that fine. Then that makes that fine. Take these off so I can see what I'm doing. I can always bring 1, 2, 3 and there. So that's 2, 4, 6, which we will take as enough for now. Alright, so then we take the exit from here to here, down to here, and then because they drive on the right, so they would come down that. No, that's the left, so we want the junction coming off this way. I think I will have to watch how they drive again. It's a real pain being English because we drive on the left, not on the right. So yeah, if they come down here, they want to come out this way. Yeah. I mean, or should I junction like that? So they either continue on or go in? Okay, fine. Let's see what we get before I decide how I'm going to fix that. Another motorway. Okay. Which does make this a hell of a lot better. This does not seem to be getting enough supply through. I'll just add that for now. This has got to be dealt with too, so I'm going to 1, 2 and then hook it on, and then 1, 2, hook it on. It gives loads more supply, and then I have to hope like hell we're going to get, oh god, I forgot about the motorway. Hope like hell we're going to have some better spawns for houses, which could get a few hooking in there. Not such a good choice though, I feel. Purple, that's fine because that needs a bit more supply. You just connect there. Endless supply of greys. This is holding up, this is holding up, this is holding up. Okay. Another orange that's closer. I feel like adding that on is going to be beneficial because it should receive more calls because it's closer. And then I think I'm going to separate off 4 of these and motorway 1 to the end. Luckily you've got plenty of supply, so that's not a worry. You've got plenty of supply, that's not a worry. Plenty of supply going to these 2. We're good for now. Well, for probably about maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, motorway or roundabout? Motorway or roundabout? We've got a lot of stuff going long distances, so let's ease the problem. So this is just upgraded, which means it needs its own route really. So what we'll do is remove that, separate off, let's say maybe 4 or 5. Getting rid of this kind of makes it shorter, so we'll take 4 for now. Connecting to the line like so, and there will do. Right, okay, so we motorway 1 to 2. That should keep the supply for that under control. I am keeping that spare motorway because the longer we have it, the more useful it is, just simply because when it hits the fan, being able to motorway a bunch of resources straight in, amazing. Loads of light blues and a dark purple with no dark purples anywhere nearby. I've only got 3 dark purple houses. What do you want me to do about this? Could you spawn a few in maybe? Any time today. Oh no, they're right here. Oh my god, I just completely ignored it. Okay, okay. We've got to change the way that junction works, because then I need to Well, I wonder, what resources do I have? I do have a... yes, love it. That is what we like. I mean, yeah. Then I need to bring these in. Could I bring them in on one line, maybe? Yes, can. Okay. One hopes this deals with the issue. Looks like it might. That's probably going to be a problem later on. This is a problem right now, but for now, just connect. I could bring these into one, but I'd rather wait until one upgrades and I can just dump, and then this will still supply the other two. Motorway or bridge? I have one bridge, I have one motorway. I would take the motorway. It's just too good. Alright, you shouldn't be directly on, you should be diagonal. Pink. So this is what I was thinking of. That something like this would occur. So ideally I want to separate off another bunch of pinks and bring them in rapid. I just don't know what is going to be the best way of doing so. Let's just put that on there so it can kind of take a few of them. Take a little bit of the strain. But this is holding up wonderfully. I didn't expect it to be able to work off 2, but 3 is much better. Grey. Grey. We're getting so many greys. I don't know what I can do about that. I could bring this in, but I suppose, yeah, bringing this onto the motorway there is actually the one, the idea, the plan, the goal. Hook that on and hook that on, because then that gives access to this for that, and it keeps the pinks on guard, in the right location. Just wonder if I can get that a bit better. If I pull you down there, I'll put it on a straight junction, won't be any better. But yeah, that'll work. Another grey. Pink. This is quite useful actually, simply because it's a much closer way to deal with the calls, which will release a bit of traffic from here, which means these will be under control better. I don't have room for this orange to connect, and we're keeping it under control. We are climbing close to the previous personal best. 4. We've got 4, 5 there. Which motorways, yeah. Which these guys don't seem to be calling on any of these anymore, really. The odd one. Now that pink's upgraded. This is where we do want to get all these pinks coming off this roundabout connected here directly into there. This can run its own system for now. Okay, so 1, 2, delete. Oh, okay, we'll delete the motorway, that's fine. Go again. 1, 2. This can now be disconnected too. This does not need to be on there, it can be directly done with purple. Look at that, 3 pinks right on the edge, ready to go. You may as well connect as well, endless supply. We're getting a bit of traffic build up here. Did I reclaim a roundabout? I did. Okay, we're going to deal with this ASAP, Rocky. If it will let me place it. I don't want them directly on, so here will be fine. Let's quickly reimagine this whole system. Okay, so we got 2 connecting, 2 connecting, that's fine. I can bring this one down by 1 and then hook it on. These 2 into 1, hook it on. These 2 into 1, hooked on. And then we will take that into there like so, and this out here like so. Okay, everything's going to the right, everything should flow around very nicely. when it updates, and that should help keep this under control. Although I could really do with a couple of pinks being over here, which we've got 2, but we don't have a way around the back. Damn, okay, 1328, we are at 1328, done. Okay, so whatever we get now is an improvement. Although this is a hot mess, it's just gotten really bad real quick. We're even struggling with the blues. Right, so we have 2 motorways, so we can cut down 2 journeys. We can bring 2 lots directly in. So let's disconnect a chunk of pinks, connect them up, give them their own motorway straight into, say, here, and then give, I could separate off a section of grey, so I can connect that there and disconnect that because that's further away. So we go 1, we go, no we don't, we go that, and we go, then we go like that, not into the back of the purple. Okay, you can then directly connect to that. This can then be separated out and given its own motorway to where? Well, the furthest one would be best, so okay. Now hopefully we see a reduction of all traffic. This is a nightmare. Which this obviously started the backlog of kicking everything off, and we've improved by 100. Unless we somehow manage to survive this apocalypse. So you have your own ones, you're under control. Pink is just not delivering enough. You have your own one, you don't need to be connected anymore. That may solve the issue. No, it didn't, not in time. Well, we improved by just over 100, so that's a win in my book. Don't know about you. And where did we move to? 4340. There is just no way. Okay. 1516. Dubai we did really well on. Rio? Yeah, go on then, let's do Rio. Alright, before that though, we're going to take a couple of minute break. I will be right back. Okay, I've just realised we didn't get the high score written down, so I'm just gonna jump out and then go back into Rio. 15-16. Okay. Rio 15-16. Let's have it. Let's just use that. And give it some welly. Oh, that's nice of you. That's even nicer. I'll take it back. Quick drink. And off we go. Rock and roll. I can't really tell what's going to be more useful at this point. But I'm going to take bridges just for the kind of novelty. Slow, slow, slow. And we're off. I do have a tunnel, but I think I would rather, or not, ignore you completely. Do that. Sure. No problems as of yet. Let's see how long this lasts. And another weekend, another item. Purple way out there, or you can stay way out there. So he says. We'll take a roundabout this time simply because we don't have one yet. Okay, where's the next building? Let's get them in. I mean, this is so close, it's just wonderful. Well, again, bearable. Not much issue right now. We just had a third spawn on there, that's fine. This can't really go anywhere for now, but if I need to, I'll bring this out by one and then connect that in. Tunnels for sure, because we're going to need them. Oh boy, are we going to need them. Here we go, 100 now. That's 1/15. This is interesting. What could I do about this? Okay, well I don't want them overlapping, that's for sure. I am going to connect you directly into there because that's nice and easy. Let's just... I don't have this section unlocked yet. Come on. Come on. Any second now. Any second now. There we go. So down, get a nice tunnel in there. And yeah, sure, that'll be fine. This is not so great, but that's enough to supply that for now. That's enough to supply that for even longer. This, just because I don't want houses spawning in the way, we are going to connect it. Ideally, you want six connected to any one, so when they upgrade it will just keep going. Motorways are not so useful on this map, but I don't really mess with traffic lights, so let's not worry about a traffic light. But that saves a fair bit of journey. Are they going to have issues coming on and off? We're about to find out. No, no, and no. Okay, no worries. Okay, where's the second one going to spawn? Because I'd like to connect both of you at once. Called it. Let's go 1, 2, diagonal. That's an incredible journey. Where's the other house going to spawn? There. Wow. Right, what do we have? We do have tunnels. I do have bridges. This is going to need to be its own motorway at some point. But for now, they're taking the epic journey across the sea and far away. Come out to there, please, and then down. Diagonal, because you're going to count it as a bridge anyway. And problem solved. Okay, that's not amazing, but I could round about it. Motorway. Where we can get it from to there. I can bring it back. Apparently, I can bring it over the mountains a fair bit. Right. Well, bye bye. Okay, this. We are going to have a motorway with 2 exits to the 2 factories, or I don't know, could even be restaurants. Okay, so we're hitting about, we're nearly at 20%. When we hit 300 we'll be at 20. We are going to have to start adding that in now. It's a fair way out, but it's needed. These I could tunnel in if I have a tunnel, which would be real good and not so good at the same time. Okay, so if we take 2, don't connect like that please, thank you. Into here we've got 2, which we do have a tunnel for. We can connect straight on and turn that on there. So now it has 2 closer connections and 2 further connections. Oh, 1 further connection even. It's under control. Just past the 20% mark. It will start speeding up now, even the score will start speeding up. This is a pain. I've got enough bridges, so it's got to be a motorway. I wonder if we could actually swing this round the back, or just be lucky. This is a mess, but to be fair, it doesn't really matter right now. It just needs to work. Because ideally we'd have the purples in one side and the greens in the other, which could do via bridges. I do have a spare motorway as well, should I need it. But everything seems to be holding up. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Even have an extra blue if needed. This journey is still horrible. This needs to be so much better. Right, so we can bridge. Which, with that being upgraded, I think we should. There. So now we want more close ones, less far ones. Okay. I have a motorway, I need a tunnel. Well, I don't need it as of yet, but it's better safe than sorry. Yeah, that upgraded, thought as much. You can hook on there. You're too far out for me to care. See, this is where I could motorway off the section. Grab like, well look, 1, 2, 3. Bring it over. Hold on before you keep going. So I want like 5 of these. So if I go 1, I go 2. You're all going to meet at this middle point. This middle point here, which I can't select. Okay, so this point here is going to go directly to here. Gets rid of all of that, and we'll throw that on just in case. Okay, that's not very helpful, but we will endeavour to deal with this. Right, this is a ridiculous junction, but we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be okay for this. Right, that extra purple coming on is fine. That's just so far away as well. We have got a couple, and I could cut it off the motorway, but I need more. Give us a bridge. This is struggling a small amount. That is not cool, bro. Not cool at all, bro. 1, 2. Okay. And then this needs its own. How on earth do I want to do this? Diagonal like that. Okay, yeah, sure. That'll do. So many purples on the right side, just no purple buildings on the right side. That's useful. If another one spawns over there, I can disconnect part of that. Really would play to my advantage. And we're getting enough greens over here that I could do something with them if I need to. But for now, I think we've got plenty of supply here. Just enough supply going on here. This is not so cool, because all of our pinks are way out here. Which, I do have a roundabout, so something like this is not the worst idea. Tunnel, I've got a tunnel. Oh, we're taking over. Alright, so we're just over halfway. Okay. That's upgraded. This is now a problem. A motorway, which we do not have. So stay fine for a couple of days, then we'll deal with you appropriately. Thursday, Friday. So many purples over here that are just not needed. A couple more oranges. Well, this could be used to fill this. That is a lovely turn of events for once. No, diagonal. Let's just bring you diagonal over. Right, so that's 3, that's 5. I will disconnect one of you to feed onto that system for when that upgrades, because that still leaves us 4 here. Fine bridge, we're at 66-ish% to PB. This spider junction is coping very well with this. That's an upgrade, but they're close, then there's 4, that's fine. Yeah, we're coping well with that, we're coping well with that, coping well with that. Not coping well with this. So it's time to bring these on. Okay, so up, over, diagonal, across. Alright, so that leaves you with just one place to feed. Beach. Two purples out here again, no use to anyone. This is coming back under control, so is that. Yeah, look at it, it's going back down. That's perfect. Got an orange out here, but with no place to send you. Why are you pinging? Stop pinging, there's plenty. If you're going to continue struggling, I will bring over a whole set of 4 for you. I don't have anything that I need. Alright, well we're coming up to PB, 15-16, we're on 1400 just. Does this have enough of a supply? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be. It's a long journey though, but I can't help that at the moment. Okay, light blues. This is a small problem. So I'd want the motorway from here to here and connect these to there. Right, okay. Let's get 5 or 6 of these together. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 connected. Yes, 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 I understand. Up by 1, up by 2, diagonal, motorway, here to here. Then you to there, and disconnect that. Way more cars, units, whatever you wish to call it, and that is fine by me. Okay, PB, coming across the barrier now. 15. Ah, I missed it. 15-20. We're past it now. We're managing just everywhere. This could do with more supply. That's being dealt with now. So, I have bridges, right? Yeah, plenty of bridges. Let's knock on, say, 3 more directly into there. Help deal with that. This is just under control. These are doing okay. All this is ready for a motorway when I get one. That just upgraded, so we definitely need more coming in. It's a mess, but again, we'll motorway it, we'll clear. We'll work backwards. Oh, look at that gold. Okay, so what next? What is going to build up a problem? There isn't much I can add on for these purples to get to here because we're blocked off on both sides. Light blue is not something I need there, and I can't motorway it anywhere, so it's of no use to me whatsoever. The pinks, I could bring some pinks off to increase the throughput of this junction, which would get rid of all this. It'd be a direct line in and out. Okay, so we get rid, we connect, we take that back, we throw a motorway directly from here to no. I need to have a set for just this one. So can I manage to sneak off 4 or 5 and keep 4 here? So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and in. Right, so that leaves me the 4 for, take you back, 4 for this one. Ugh, diagonal, stay diagonal. That's the 4 for this one. So I've got another 4 here, make that 5. Ready to go on its own motorway, which is, where is my motorway? Has it not come back yet? I guess not. Alright. Well, we'll wait for everyone to get off, and then I have to get up real quick. There we go. 1 to 1. Okay. So we're holding. Yeah, that's under control. This is really busy. We could do with improving it. Okay, let's see what we can do then. So 1, 2. That's its own junction, right? That's 3. Okay, we'll just hook you onto there for now. Then we want to separate a few more. Let's just clear this up so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Right, so I've got 3. Then I want this one, that one, and that one. Yeah, you can stick on as well. Why not? Okay, that does give a bit more wiggle room. Should hopefully increase that flow without causing too many problems. This may not have been the best way to do it, so let's just quickly to there. Yeah, okay. I'm all for that. Now the pinks will all come out. They'll come and deal with this. 2k. We've gone way past our previous vest. We're having a lot of mess here. I think I am going to add both of these. Right, anywhere ticking over other than this one? Just this one. Oh, we'll take the motorway. And let's have a look, see what we can do. I mean, that's fine, we've got plenty of blues running in there. I do have a section of blues here, which could be motorwayed. I have greens, I have oranges, I have a bit of everything everywhere. That's staying under control though. These are incredibly busy, but they do have their own motorways dedicated to it. That has its own stuff dedicated. That even has its own stuff dedicated. I'll throw on an extra orange. Extra 2, why not? Do you know what? We'll throw on the max amount you should need. 5. So we've got another pink up there. That doesn't bode well. But I do have some outside pinks that we could wiggle around, so we will do that. Right now the aim of the game is just to stay alive as long as possible, because we've beaten the PB, so every step extra is just gold. Well, yeah, we've beaten it by over 700. What just pinged where? I don't see it. Purples are struggling a wee bit. Just add another one on the back there. Oranges are struggling. It's because it's the only one connected there. Oh my. Okay, well this does allow me to get this one offline and connect it to there, nice and close. I could then turn that one around and maybe that will hold it because they're so close. Like by the time they ding one, we've had done 2. Yeah, well you're just getting your first set of cars. We do need more on that road, so connect those. Right, this is coming back down. This is building up, but I've got 4 coming in real soon. Which could be motorway, that whole section. Okay, so yeah, we need to get them there quick. Get on the motorway. hopefully it's not too little too late. Got 3 more coming in. This may be too little too late. May have left it slightly too long. Yeah, I believe that's the one that's going to kill me. But we are up to 2600, so we are what, 1100 above? 1200? And we are running right on the edge of disaster there. Oh, I mean, the cars are coming in, they're just not getting enough. Okay, there's an extra one there, we'll take you then. Wow, right on the edge for nearly 2 weeks. Oh my god. Are we actually going to come back from the brink of disaster? I've already doubled my score. Tunnel. I'm actually not struggling very bad anywhere else. This is insane. I can't increase the flow much more there because I need all the houses for all the other sections. Well, we're just going to have to see. Ah, there we go. Oh well, 3037. That is 5 above double. Excellent. Okay, so how did we rank? 661. That is very nice. I believe maybe 9k is possible. Like, it'd take an incredible run, but maybe just as possible. These are just, no, they're lies, definitely. I absolutely love this game, Dewey Bear. It is honestly my favourite game of the moment. I'm a little bit disappointed with the leaderboards because they're definitely getting hacked. Like, I can show you. Where is it? LA? Yeah. So on the LA one, look, 666 million. There is no way that's possible. But other than that, this game is just absolutely amazing. I probably wasted around 12 to 15 hours in the last 3 days playing this alone. I honestly love it. Speaking of, let's do one more run. Maybe Moscow. Yeah, honestly, for the price, it's just worth it. Like, even if you only get through one playthrough of the whole game, it's still worth it. It is absolutely fabulous. Okay. Moscow, 1483. Alright, just quickly note that down and chat with you guys. Moscow, 1483. Let's go. I mean, to be fully like honest about it, the only downside is the start is actually just incredibly slow. You end up spending the first 2 to 3 weeks just waiting and doing nothing. But for my only complaint of the entire game, it's still so worth it. Well, that and the leaderboards, but hey ho, you can't control what other people do. Right, this is an absolute mess already. Lovely. Alright, let's just separate these junctions. Oh yeah, honest to God, everything about it, the way it's animated, the way it plays is just incredible. Because there's so many different ways you could do it. And every time you get a better score, you're just kind of learning. Because like I started off placing roundabouts everywhere, but that's really kind of not that efficient. It works in single, speaking of roundabouts, works in like single areas where you've got maybe 4 to 5 places max connected. But once you need 4 to 5 houses per one business, it's game over. It no longer works because the cars just build up on it. So late game, it's just no good for roundabouts, but early game they're very useful. Islanders 2. I don't know that game. but I will make a note of it, because if it's anything like this, the animation style, I'll probably enjoy it. Alright, alright, alright. Come on. But this is what I mean about the beginning, you just waiting. I know it's kind of a tactic to make it easier for newer players to get to grips with it. But it'd be nice if there was just another speed setting to kind of shuffle it along. Right, so what was the score for this? 1483. Shouldn't be too bad. Here we go, perfect example of a roundabout. We need to move you back one there. Oh, I'm dinging, I'm dinging. Welcome to the struggle bus, my friend. Right, so yeah, this is a perfect example of a roundabout. When you've only got a few connected, it's not really a problem. And Roadie Pie, welcome to the struggle bus, my friend. It's not too much of a problem, but as soon as it starts to build up, you're just going to get them stuck waiting for other cars to go past. Oh, and another one. Top Gun Bunny. Welcome to the struggle bus, my friend. Okay. I need to deal with this, but we're going to continue using the roundabout just to give you a good example of it, how it kind of lacks as you go along. Alright, alright, alright. I've had that stuck in my head for days and I can't think of the actor's name. What is he called? Blank. Okay, bridge. It's needed desperately. Okay, so I can disconnect this now because I've got one close enough. We'll actually make it a shorter route. Whoop. Because that'll keep that under control. That means I can turn one of these round, connect it straight to there. Reduces the traffic, keeps it useful for longer. Wait, have I just disconnected the blue? Yeah, so you two are superfluous, absolutely. Right, you stay there. Green's down here. Small problem, I do have 2 bridges. Well, I could theoretically just bring it up, but let's try and keep it tidy for now. Here's a trick. As long as you stay on the water, you can place as much bridge as you want, and it only costs 1 bridge. If you separate it at all, it will cost you multiple bridges. Just a little hint for you. Okay, what's next? Oh yeah, hand me them bridges. Bridges. This is not so good. Yeah, I'll just bring it down. That will have to change. It'll either be motorwayed in or I'll figure something else out. But that's not good at all, that journey distance. This does need more supply. Question is, how do I want to do it? Alright, hold on. So if we take these 3, they can then supply this directly. Disconnect that, that and that. Bring that one straight on, you to there. Alright, so they all flow through there. They'll deal with that. These can take up to a maximum of like 5 houses or 6 towards the end of the game where I usually die. Well, I say usually die because on a good run I'll hit like 3k-ish. Which I'm not really sure how you'd get to even 6, 9 or 10, but I assume up to 10 is possible. Just bloody difficult. You may as well be supplying that as well. Keep it under control. Okay, what have you got for me now? Lovely motorway. Okay, so we want to shorten the travel time and have less traffic on the roads. If we take these 3, hop into the back of here, we could disconnect that. Those 3 would supply that one, these 3 would do those 2. Still a long journey, but a motorway is much quicker for transport as it is in real life. So, actually on that note, I should do it from this side. Shortest travel route to both. Yeah. Roundabout's kind of not needed now. Which is what I meant about in the late game, it's just kind of excess. But if you've got the time and the patience, you can make some real fun kind of designs. Like flower petal sort of motorway, where you have one in the centre linking off to 6 surrounding it and then everything else joining off of that. But to do that you have to have all the roundabouts early, because otherwise the houses spawn in all the locations you're going to want to use. Because the game do be cruel like that. Well, this works out fine. This is not needed. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. All good. Orange. Do we want to pop you on? Yes and no. Create too much traffic for the time being, we'll leave it. Greyway out here, kind of useful for that, but while we've got the motorway again, doesn't, it's superfluous. Ooh, motorway. Blue, disconnect, we don't want you travelling on that road. Alright, what we got? This is struggling a wee bit, which means I need more supply along the motorway, so we will take this one and this one. Disconnect you. Purple. Wow. It does. It's absolutely fabulous the way it is, this game. I mean, having a few different, I don't know, animations or such for the buildings or different upgrades, I suppose, would be quite cool. But even as it is, it's complex enough to keep you going. I've got no bridges. That means I have to motorway you in. You guys are going to have to come off one of these. Such is life. Oh, give me the motorway. Deals with you. Oh, I could really do with bringing these over to here. Perhaps putting these on one bridge would be useful, but then I've got to bring it all the way up there. Difficult. Let's just hook you like that for now. I have been thinking like of ways to kind of game it, because the house spawns do seem to be random-ish. But I think if you laid out your roads, if you took enough time and patience to do so, if you laid out all your roads in the correct sort of places, this is becoming a bit messy. And I can't hook around that way. That'll block up the traffic there. Okay, I need to wait to see where the houses spawn for that, or do they spawn up here? Anyway, as for gaming it, I do think you could spend time laying out roads, so like you could go like that to force the houses to spawn in certain locations. But I don't know if the cost, well, the benefit would work, because you can't tell which colour it's going to be. Because otherwise you could lie out like a whole section for the houses to spawn in and just leave them there. Like they do kind of clump, but then you get odd ones that just spawn way outside of their normal areas. But yeah, you see what I mean? I think it kind of is possible to game it a little bit, but again, you can't guarantee what colours are going to turn up where. So, I don't know. Because I do wonder about the top scores, because like 1 million, good on you. You should definitely, no matter what. Oh, Mini Metro was wonderful. I used to play it on a tablet, but this I think is way better. Mini Metro is good, but this is very refined, very nicely done. Speaking of trouble, I am in a lot of trouble with this one. And this one. Well, needs must, survival is key and all that. Oh no, I can't wire it round the back. Do I even have a bridge? I have a bridge. Okay. Very carefully. There we go. This is horrible. Like, that's way too much on one road and all the different junctions. We have to clear that. It's so worth buying, man. Honest to God. You will happily throw away hour after hour of your life on this. Well, at least I do. Yeah, this is bad news. I just need so much more than what I have. But I may be able to save it yet. I just have to wait until Monday morning to see what I get. Yeah, I when I first saw that this was coming out on Steam, I was a bit dubious because 9 times out of 10 when mobile games end up on Steam, it's just as a cash grab. But I loved Mini Metro so much, I just had to try it. And yeah, I've not put it down since buying it. I mean, I play a couple of hours of Trackmania every day, but this is the absolute best. Okay, how can I save this mess? What can I do? Okay, so we can bring in a few blues, clear up that one. That will help with this one and this one. The greys are going to be a problem, so I need to try and hook up more greys onto this line. We'll get these over. Ah, if I claim the bridge back, I can bring greys in from the left side. Yeah, okay, so we got it. We're not dead yet. We're living. Okay, so we'll bring. So we got 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to leave everything on that line and take these 3. Stay diagonal. Okay, so we drop the motorway in as the connection point there, all the way over to there. Wait for the bridge to claim back. Oh yeah, pausing it is just beyond useful because you can get into a situation where you think you're absolutely screwed, but being able to pause it, you can actually spend a good like 5-10 minutes just going through every route you've got, figuring out what's going to work, what's not going to work, and every time you play it you do learn more about the mechanics, more about how to kind of make it work in your favour. But I say that, it's certainly not made it any easier. Okay, so we're struggling already. I can bring another grey on that line, that should help a little. But it's really getting rid of the traffic that's going to help most. Well, if we can last till Monday, you never know, we might get a new motorway. We might be able to clear up a bit more. Oh, I've got the bridge. Forgot about the bridge. Right, so we definitely have the one bridge, one roundabout. I could separate that grey off, but then I still have got to keep the blue on, which is not perfect. But if these are running to here, they should be able to service the other greys efficiently enough. No, you aren't supposed to connect like that, like so. Well, we're gonna have to give it a try because otherwise this run is over. Yeah, just bring that across. No, okay, bring that one across and connect you like so. Okay, bridge, nice and careful. There we go. Right, so they'll come out, they'll deal with this. I should leave these to deal with that, and that. But yeah, look, see, the moment you let out a bunch of cars, you've got so much traffic, it kind of screws you. But at the same time, you can't go without it, because otherwise you're dead anyway. We do have some more blues. Motorway, lovely. Okay. How can we minimise this mess? Right, I could separate out 2 of these to here alone, which relieves the pressure on this a little. I could... oh, this purple's going to have to connect like that. These do not need to be on that road. Okay. So how do we escape the jaws of death on this one? So we've got 4 on this road, which will do 1 and 2. Won't really be able to cover that or that. I have 4 down here, which are going to be able to cover here, and they will provide extras to these. I think if I cover that for those 2, I then drop these 2 here. That should deal with those 2. The blues are going to struggle. I will throw on an extra one. Connect on. I don't want to connect it to the destination. I want to connect it to the road. What are you doing? I do. Okay. I could bring a few more blues on, but we're just going to keep up in the traffic. I could get rid of all these greys and then motorway the grey to there. That will definitely cover both of those. Okay, so get you on there and hook you to there. Should come at the T-junction actually. Okay, let's see if this works. No, we're gonna die. Yeah. The blues are just not getting around enough. Shame. Well, that's the last one for me today because I've been playing this game for already 2.5 hours. So, if you're just coming to watch, guys, hope you have a lovely evening. Yeah, peace.